Good morning. As we continue our journey towards manifestation, today we are going to talk about something very important, that is, taming our mind. Indeed, our mind is the only obstacle that stands between us and the life of our dreams. Everything that we hope for, imagine, desire is always interrupted by a but. But life is like this, but your health is like this, but so in our the but is the only hindrance that stops all the abundance flowing to us. So let us see how we can address this. Now the thing with the mind is, the more you try to counter it or challenge it or refuse it, it will become all the more aggressive and will scream and shout for more attention. So if you try to suppress it, no, it is not like this, and try to keep these feelings away, it will come back with a vengeance. They will just not go away. So the first step here is accepting. It's all right. Yes, I feel this presently. I do feel this. But again, we are using this, tweaking this but to our advantage by saying that today things are like this. Yes, I feel like this, but maybe tomorrow things will be better. Things now that I have started this process of meditation, and I will do whatever, changing my thoughts, being conscious of my feelings and everything, whatever is required to be done. I will do all of this and maybe things will turn out better. So let me embark on this journey. Maybe things will be better. So we are just making this little shift. So giving my own example, when I had this issue with the builder, for me to imagine something good about him or even being in a neutral place was absolutely unimaginable. The moment I would sit for meditation, the initial days, and I would just think about the topic, feel about the topic, it would be the whole feeling of disgust, anger, and unpleasantness would come out so strongly. There was no way I could have any positive feeling on the scene. But again, gradually, with little patience, I would, for at least 15 days, I was in my meditations, I would simply affirm that I accept the situation as it is and I am ready to forgive this person. Though I didn't feel it at the moment, but I continued. I accept the situation, I forgive the person. I accept the situation and forgive the person. So gradually, from that position, the shift begins to happen. Another important tool which makes us onward make this little shift is the process of gratitude. Yes, I had also heard a lot about this, yes, gratitude is a wonderful thing or whatever, it was, but for me it was just a word. Yes, I have all the things around me, there is sunlight, there is so many things, but somehow that feeling of gratitude would not sink in where I would actually feel gratitude. I'm sure it will be for many of you. But the thing is that when I continued to be on this process, one, by journaling. Every night before bedtime, just writing down 3 things for which I am thankful for. Thank God, I have help at home. Thank God my children do their own studies, or, whatever small things, and with daily practice. Or also extending it during the day, whatever good happens to you, making a mental note, thank God this happened, that that word, you can just thank God this happened, thank God at least it is not like this. So any negative situation also, you're just tweaking, turning. So by doing all these things gradually, bit by bit, you are making that mental shift towards positivity. So we have to exercise this mental muscle bit by bit on a daily basis. Now, when we are continuing this process of our mental exercise, we do not want anything that would sap or drain our mental energy or, take us backwards. So for that, stay away from negative people or people who have, who are, sap your energy. So even if there are people around your house who keep talking the same stuff, so what you can do is that you can change the topic or move around, just change the conversation or just avoid those type of conversations where you are at least not exposed to negative talk all around you. Also, in the same vein, when you have affirmed that, when you in your heart you want financial abundances, whatever you want, do not complain. So if, for example, if you want good health, You should not be talking about, oh, my knee is hurting or whatever. Stop the complaints, though it might be tempting to talk about it, but just refrain from talking negative about whatever it is that you desire, because you are not cutting out your desires. There is also a checklist. Whenever you, whatever your desires you have, just keep checking whether they are, this, ticking these boxes. The first thing which you need to check is whether the desire comes from a position of lack. For example, if you are short on resources, you don't feel happy at some point, whether it is financial or your health or anything which you are really dissatisfied about, and you desire good health, so that gap is not going to happen. Firstly, we need to clear the mess here. Address this issue. Your state should be, I am all right with whatever my position right now it is. In fact, I am grateful for whatever position I am in, but I would like to have more of it. It is just like, yes, I'm happy with the food that is served to me. Life is perfectly fine the way it is right now, but it would be nice if there was dessert. It would be nice if this is there. So you are not complaining. You do not come from a position of lack. You are in a position of okayness, and from that position you are trying to create abundance, so which is necessary. Second is when you have decided, this is what I want. For example, your desire is to have a 4-bedroom apartment. All right, you have visualized and you have done all of that. But then later on, when you come into the real world, you feel, oh my God, seems a little difficult. Then you settle. All right, 2-bedroom is also all right for me. Never do that. Because what is the message that you're sending out? The message that you're sending out unconsciously, though, is that you are not deserving. You are ready to compromise. It is all right, even if this is given to you. So you are downgrading yourself. Do not do that. Also, you are not in that position of receiving. It is when you have sent out your desire, I want this, and when the universe is ready to give that to you, you have moved away from the position. In the same way, do not keep shifting your desires around the same thing. Okay, if not this. So as more your desire is very clearly defined, you know exactly what you want. And when I say exactly, it doesn't have to be very tight. By being very tight, we are not allowing any energy or the universe to work. For instance, if I want an apartment, so at least I can say I want a 4-bedroom apartment in a complex like this, or and this is what is exactly your what is that you need, what you have in your mind. You do not have to specify it has to be on this floor, this particular complex. Maybe the universe has better plans for you. It wants to give you more. You're not allowing the universe to work in a way it would want to. So just leave that little space for the energy to flow in, and just make your demand specific but not too tight, if you understand what I mean. So these are the few things that we need to ensure that whenever when we think of our desires, the checklist is, it should leave us in a place of happiness, peace, joy, and we are happy with it. And now, how to go about it? We already talked about meditation. 15 minutes is all you need. Just with that feeling or whatever it is that you want, you can start by writing a 4 points of gratitude in your journal, whatever you are thankful for. You can write about your desire, what is it that you want, and you can also, and at that moment you can just write, I am thankful to the universe that all my desires have been fulfilled, as if whatever you have asked is already given to you. And from that note, be thankful for the universe for whatever it has blessed you with. The more open you are, the more trusting you are, the more you are in sync with the universe, it will truly bless you abundantly. So the whole key here is trusting, believing. Just make sure you just put all of that into your meditation. Also, another important thing, And when we do this kind of meditation or take help of the affirmations, which we'll talk about, sometimes what we do is we get into that compulsive mode. What if I don't affirm? I have to do my affirmations, I have to do my meditation, otherwise my desires will not be fulfilled. So it puts us in a compulsive mode, it puts us in a fearful mode, or we are sending out that energy of doubt to our desires. So just even if you're not able to do it, it's fine. So whenever you think about it during the day, the whole idea is that you should be at peace or happy with whatever, whenever you think about what you want in your life. So I encourage you to get into the practice of journaling, meditation, and please share your experience of how it works for you, and if you can identify the blocks, if that will be and if you can share about this, it will be a good pooling of experience for all of us. I'll see you tomorrow.